Hey everybody, Inspiration by Brad. Here we are. Haven't been on for a couple weeks. Been kind of busy with another project, and more about that in the future. But we're going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to expand a little bit on this discussion of, are you in it for love,
Or are you in it for help?
or are you in it for help? And what we did was, since we know that we just blabber on all the time, we actually asked some women that are sitting here at the cafe that very question. And what was their answer?
They said love. They said love.
Now, they didn't elaborate on that.
No, and actually they actually hesitated.
They did.
So we're going to talk about why the hesitation and why the love. You can only choose one, and they chose love, but they did not. They were not in a hurry.
It took them a little bit
Yeah,
to
it
come
did.
up with
It
that.
did. So that, I think
Because this is the dilemma that you have here in the Philippines.
correct.
That depending on the area that you're in, whichever township you're in, whichever vicinity you're in, wherever you're at,
In some cases, like again, we're gonna go through this. That's his opinion,
yep,
experience, what I've
okay.
seen.
Women have a tendency to follow whatever the need is at the moment.
Correct. Experience, yes. I have experienced maybe the fascination of thinking that you're possibly in love, but ultimately it becomes help. That I have known, but I've went another route, but I've been more upfront. You know what? I'll just help because this is not love.
Which creates its own problem. Because the minute you offer financial help in any circumstance whatsoever, there's the idea that that financial help will always be available to them no matter what.
It's a very, I'm not going to say it's a sensitive topic, it's a complicated topic. And I don't have the solution, but I think last time we talked, I said you can only choose one. And some people feel that if you get the love, the help automatically comes. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Does the help automatically come, or does the love itself override the need?
You know, this is a good one. I mean, this is a really good one.
Huh?
My saying would be, you want a busy man or you want a broke man?
That's correct.
If you're gonna deal with a broke man, you still gonna love the broke man. But if a busy man,
You're going to get the busy man.
and you still get help. So it depends on the female, depends on the male,
It depends on the
and the
circumstances.
circumstance. I mean,
Okay.
this is one topic I don't think that we'll ever be able to define or
This
have a
is a
solution.
topic. This is a topic that has so many different angles that could go along with it, and it's all based upon the circumstances of the moment and the
Yes.
circumstances of the person, because every woman's going to give you a different answer.
Yes.
Because what is good for one woman isn't necessarily good for the other woman. And some women will overlook certain aspects of things where the other woman won't.
And not to get off the topic, but maybe this is in a line. What if a man is not complete, but he's a man that's in progress
Progress of what?
of achieving his goal,
Well, then in my opinion, what it boils down to is the woman open-minded enough, and
To wait.
is she willing to work?
or does she want a complete man?
Or does she want the complete man? She wants it all now.
Then okay. That may be another topic too, but I think it kind of aligns with between do you want love or do you want
Because that is something that is extremely rare to find in the Philippines.
anywhere, but where we're in the Philippines. But I get what you're saying.
Now, one of the biggest drawbacks, one of the biggest arguments is that the Filipino men don't know how to love.
Some,
I'm just saying.
all right, good
Okay.
on some.
It's an argument, okay? And I know I'm going to catch hell for that one. They don't know how to love, okay? But the dilemma is your society does not allow people to work on their relationship because it requires so much damn work just to survive.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
When a person has to work 2 jobs and they're working between 18 to 20 hours a day, how the hell are they supposed to have any type of relationship?
Actually, you're passing each other up.
You're
sometimes.
just passing each other up.
Yeah.
And then you take a foreigner who's coming into the country and they've got money, and most foreigners that are coming into the country, and you all can chew me out for this one too, but foreigners that come into the country, most of the men that are coming here, they don't want responsibility. They only come here to do one thing. They come here to play and have fun.
Some, but I get you. I get you. Based on what we've known in the history of foreigners that have been here, they have
Like I said, it
migrated
depends
to
which area
enjoy,
you're in.
to retire. I'm still new to it, even though it's been over 10 years. It's still new to me because
Go to downtown Makati and tell me any of those foreigners that are in Makati right now are there for responsibility.
no, they're for fun. They're for fun.
Case in point.
I won't argue with you with that one. They're for
Case in point.
I won't argue with that one. I mean, I don't think we've made much progress on this topic because it's so broad. you
Well,
know?
I want to hear from the listener.
It's just
Are you in your relationship for love? Which I know the majority of the people that have written in and answered before, they're in love with the woman that they're with, the man that they're with. They are working on their relationship and they value their partner and they value all the work that they're doing with each other. That's not the dilemma that we have.
Or maybe it's the foreigners that get the side of
Bingo.
the help rather
Bingo.
than the locals get the love.
Bingo.
Okay, I won't disagree with that.
I'll agree with you 100%.
And that's where we at. And maybe we have that. So then once we do the help part, we don't really know if it's love coming
Exactly. At what point does helping somebody turn into love? Ooh, maybe that ought to be a discussion.
in. So, that's a good one. Yeah, because if somebody helps you doing the, I mean, I think that could possibly happen. You somebody meets you in a time of need, and you've been their friend, and you gain that trust, you gain that security that may have.
Well, I would like to hear from the audience on that one. Because how many of you out there have helped, whether you're foreigner or whether you're
female, or the females do
Filipino,
the
it
same.
doesn't matter if you're
Or
male or
female.
female.
Yeah.
Send me in your comments. How many of you have helped?
And falling in love at the
And
same
falling in love.
at the same time. Because it goes both ways. So I
There-
said you can only choose one.
Yep.
And if you do choose one, maybe you can get
Maybe
the
that's
genuine love, or maybe you can get the help
well,
and get
maybe
the
that's
genuine
the
love.
two-way street, man.
Maybe. Just maybe.
The back and forth.
Yeah. I think it's the circumstances, like you say, everybody's situation is different. If you only choose one, maybe you can get lucky.
Maybe you're lucky.
Maybe you get lucky.
Something to think about, folks. Inspiration by Brad. At least we're trying to inspire you, trying to get you to think differently. Send in your comments. Tell us we're crazy. I don't care. It's all good.
He may be crazy. I'm not. I'm crazy.
Remember, find joy in everything that you do. Search for happiness in everything. And most of all, subscribe and like and tell your friends. With Rod. Till the next time. Have a great day.
See ya.